Hi guys, my name is Jorik, welcome to another video of my author series. In this video we are going to talk about my pocket size fire kit. So without further ado, let's get into the video. To start off with, the container that I chose is an old cigarette case, and this is actually a tin box as well. And I chose this because this is perfect. This is the perfect pocket size, and also it allows me to char materials in. I taped a bit of duct tape around this to keep this waterproof, and although this isn't fully waterproof, in heavy rainfall even still the materials in this will stay dry unless you fall into a river or something. Now what I like about this box is the seam. The seam is big enough to let the steam and the water evaporate when you put it in the fire, but it's not enough to let too much oxygen in, so you will actually light your the materials that you are trying to char on fire. So this is perfect. So let's get into the contents. Now at the top we can see I got some steel wool. This can be used for knife maintenance or field kitchen, but the real reason I put this in my fire kit is because you can improvise an ember with this. The only thing you have to do is put a spark with a fire steel on this wool, or a short amount of flame with your lighter, for example, and this will smolder up all the way up. And if you put this in a bird nest or another tinder bundle, you will definitely be able to put it on fire. Another thing that can be found in this top half of our container is two things. First is a lens. This is from an old pair of binoculars, and this is one of my favorite ways to start a fire because you don't use any materials. The lens doesn't wear out the same way as gas of a lighter would, and this is actually infinite amount of fire if you got sun rays to start. So if the day is sunny, a fire lens is my first go-to. Now the other thing is a fairly big piece of wax paper, because if the contents get damp or wet or whatever, the wax protects this paper from getting wet, and I will still be able to light a fire with this even though it was soaked in water. As you can see, it's a decent size. I carry a small fire steel and a striker in this kit as well. The reason why I carry a striker is because this is a very good striker. It doesn't weigh anything. It has a whistle in it as well. You can opt to change this with a small piece of an old file, and then you can even put a flint rock inside this tin and strike the rod and the flint with a file. But I choose this because it's more compact, more light, and I already have some carbon steel in my belt pouch on my knife, and also I got a flint rock in that kit as well. So that is why I opt for a striker, and is actually a light my fire brand, and I put some duct tape on this end because the handle came off. Also got a lighter in here, and this is an electrical one, only because I use one with flint and steel of the big brand in my belt pouch as well, so this is a bit of variation. And this is very nice because I can turn the gas completely off, so I'm sure it won't escape over the months when it's not used or when it's just sitting there. The next thing in this kit is a bit of cloth. This can be used to char, but I spared this cloth because I got some charred cloth already in here. As you can see, I got a small amount of charred material in here, and this can be light. You can put a spark to this with the fire steel. You can light it on fire with the lighter, or what I would do is I would use the sun rays on a day like this to put it on fire and don't waste any of my resources. The last thing in here, and this is actually half of the container, are cotton pads with Vaseline on them. And this is very great because the Vaseline acts as a fire extender. So if you put a normal cotton pad on fire, it will last you a couple of seconds. But with Vaseline on it, it will last you up to a minute if you're lucky. And I carry, I think, maybe 20 or so, 10 to 20 in this box, I don't really know. But this gives me enough time to start a fire. And the reason why I use so much space of cotton and Vaseline in my kit, almost half of the size of my dog, because if this runs out, I got enough space to put new materials in on the fly. And I'm talking about birch bark or even punked wood to char, things like that. And this is something I wanted to show you. If you carry a small kit like this, make sure you gather all the way. If you're in the woods, take every opportunity to gather. And birch bark is very nice. It doesn't weigh anything. It comes in sheets. You can grab it from the tree like this. And if you organize this a little bit, you saw the amount. This is a very nice amount to start a fire with, and this can actually replace the cotton pads, for example. You see, it's the same size, and that is exactly why I use the cotton pads, because I know it's a very good resource. I know it's very secure to start a fire with, and the volume that it takes up, I know I can use it later if it becomes available to put new natural tinder materials in. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Thanks, guys.